this is the type of man that women want in a relationship.
My wife earns 2 times on my pay.
Hey, calm down, low value man.
Everything we do is in some way or another manipulation.
He never masturbates nor watches porn. The guy. How do I avoid low value men? This is your daily Ketchup.
We've seen a lot of crazy deals from Foodpanda, but this might be the craziest.
That's right. For limited time only, get 30% off everything on food delivery.
Curry puffs,
Yup,
bubble tea,
no problem.
my favorite carrot cake, white, not black, from Block 321 Alka Avenue 8.
Everything.
And the best part, there's no minimum spend. How crazy is that?
There's only a limited amount of redemptions every day. So open your Foodpanda app now and use the code CrazyDeal to enjoy these crazy deals.
And now back to the episode.
Alert for all you men. Women are looking for high value men. Raise your hands if you think you are one. Oh, shit.
Wait, no, wait, really? Are we all?
No, cross
Don't
your
we just hate
heart.
ourselves?
No, wait.
You all don't
Cross
think
your
you are
heart.
high value.
What the high value
I think
man?
right, then deep down, he think he okay. But he doesn't say. He think he okay. Confirm.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
I
then
was-
he's like
I
that.
was
Then he
waiting for
will,
you guys.
if you raise hand like that for high value, he's like that.
I was waiting for you guys.
You're not allowed to do
If
that.
he do this, what do you mean? No, so this is high value, right? Raise hand. This is low value, but I think Dan is here.
Stop.
Is there something in your nose also?
He's leaning high. He's above
there anything
average.
here?
Above average.
Wait, what?
Now we have to cut it out.
Great, now we can cut it out.
Anyway, so I recently went down a rabbit hole, right, of women
How do you
that
get
are
out?
looking for high value men. So it's a whole, like, if you go and type high value men on Google, the search results are endless.
Yeah.
So this is the type of man that women want in a relationship.
Right,
Why were
right.
you
What
searching
do
for?
y'all think is a high value man?
It's also a very popular topic on like some of the like more Western podcasts, right? And online, the lingo. But I never talked about
But
or
based
heard
on the
about it
term, what do you
before.
think, and your perception of what makes a good man to date, right? What do you think is a high value man?
It's the 3 criteria, lor. Are you rich? Are you healthy?
Handsome.
And are you handsome?
And
Man.
you're off.
Yeah.
Hey, Sherms, shh, where's your ring?
Oh shit!
在哪里?
You care about the environment?
I
What's the
forgot.
plastic cup you're using?
Oh my.
Destroy her personality. Now she's a low value woman.
High value man seems like, yeah, definitely rich, definitely handsome. But I also think that he would be, in this day and age, in touch with his emotions.
Oh.
That's what you want someone, a sensitive
I
man.
agree.
Thank you!
Like you.
Oh, no, but
Actually,
I'm not handsome or rich
I
though.
will assume
Describe
Jared.
himself.
You just said
I'm neither
right?
handsome nor rich.
But you're in touch with your...
Yeah, that one I can say yes. I am.
So you're wanted.
I'm 1/3 of my perceived notion of
But are you
high-value man.
wanted?
Hey.
To one at least.
He's
Nice.
He
nice.
remember his ring.
Yes, yeah, you took him out. No, isn't so this is the term that people are searching for nowadays. So it's like a lingo.
High value dating.
Oh my
Really?
god.
My
Just is-
perception of value is that you wouldn't say a luxury item is value, right? You would say you get the most bang for your buck. Now that's value. So high value to me is
Never
the most
call
that
a
you
woman.
can get for the man that you have. For example, if he is maybe not so good looking, does he have other elements that like make up for it? Oh, good value. So that's my perception. I probably got it all
So
wrong.
being good looking is one of your criteria lah to be.
No. I mean, like, if we can agree that there are certain
Yeah.
criteria, maybe it's not just 3.
No, but what are
there's
the criteria
obviously
for
a lot
you
of
then?
other things. I would add like maybe career. Like, is he someone who's motivated, or maybe he has like a good career track, so that you know as a woman, he's gonna make it big one day, or maybe he has the potential to.
So if it's a man that enjoys being a cashier and he finds a lot of fulfillment in that, but there's no career ladder to climb,
Yeah, but
But
then
he-
you also have to know where
he's a
you
low
are
value?
coming from. So you have to be good value for how much you can afford. Cause like you can't like be dating like a billionaire if you yourself are not a billionaire, because you know all money like to roll that way.
You think so?
Like, I think if, for example, right, I can't afford like.
So you think high value men are elitists?
I know.
This whole notion.
I'm saying high
Sounds
value
elitist.
people are relative to your situation, because I can't afford a Mercedes. So if I'm gonna pay how much a Mercedes Benz costs, right, it's not good value for me. But if I know that I can afford, like, say right now maybe a Toyota, that's good value for me because it's most bang for my buck.
But this whole notion sounds like of high value men sounds very elitist to begin with. Of like how it, to me it sounds like this whole thing is just rich people looking for other rich people. and like we can't be bothered with the
Yeah.
the lower classes.
Okay, I changed my
below.
answer. I think that there are two versions of this.
Sorry, high value men are not fickle-minded.
I'm modifying my answer. I'm improving it. Okay.
Okay.
That is a high value.
Oh my
man.
god,
that's a
yeah.
high value
High value men is
Yeah.
not
A
improvement.
willingness to
Growth
change.
mindset.
Okay.
Can't take a compliment.
So there are two versions of this high value man. One is the one that's shaped heavily by media and is very superficial. Sports cars, good looking, perfect body, successful.
So your first answer.
Yes, that's the superficial one.
People-
the
what people-
second one is
what
what
people
Dan
see
is
when they see
actually
Andrew
defining. Yeah,
Thank you.
Which is the value of the person. So, but but then the question leads to, if for example we compare all the cashiers, all say they all male, right? At this particular Sheng Siong, shout out Sheng Siong. Not sponsored though, but we could be. Okay, yeah. All of the cashiers here, all male, all 30-year-old or whatever, right? Out of all of them, how can I evaluate which is the highest value? And when you look at it, because you say it's relative, right? But honestly, I don't think it is. Because if let's say a K-pop star like the Lisa, right? She appear and she come and visit Sheng Siong.
Wait,
She
Lisa is
want,
a girl.
yeah,
La
she want
Lisa,
to
actually.
she want to find a partner. So she's shopping
Yeah.
for some fruits and vegetables
Maybe, oh, yeah,
for
right,
dinner, and then she maybe want to shop for a man.
Nice.
And the cashiers are all the options. Do you think she will pick from there? And if she doesn't, then isn't there a separate scale now?
And
Yeah,
is
yeah.
she
No,
limited
no.
to
It's
an
outside of the
option?
relative.
I see what you're saying, but I think so right now when we judge people based on looks, right, it's always out of 10. Like, oh, that person is 7 out of 10. But what if it's an amalgamation of a lot of different things? So career, wealth, hygiene, good looks, whatever, all these different things together, right? And then you get a score out of 10 after that, the average. Then, right, it's not so much that it's relative that a 10 only dates a 10, but you have your range. After you've calculated all that, maybe a 7 can only date or will most likely get a 5 to a 9. And to them, that's good value.
Interesting.
So if you date a 9, that's high value, that's higher than you are currently
Oh.
So you're
So
saying
relative to yourself.
at, relative to yourself.
Right.
Isn't this basically like the O-level system?
Huh?
Of like how
The bell
you
curve.
combine all your subjects together and then you have a
average.
L1, R4.
Yeah, so I don't know, in my head, right, there is no image of a high value man because it's relative to your current situation.
So whose dick will you suck? Celebrity wise, if like you had. Okay, I don't know why I say so.
It'll
That-
take
when-
damn long
Yeah,
to go
what?
through the list. Yeah.
A high value man is open to new experiences. Very good.
So, what men consider a high value man is an alpha male. So there is this guy who has kind of detailed what are some examples.
Who, Andrew Tate.
Oh, chat.
Unfortunately not. Yeah, so one of the
Fortunately.
big things, right, circles around maintaining dominance in a relationship. So like power play in a relationship. So for example, this thing a good example that he gives is girls have this thing that they call shit test. So essentially they're trying to test you in clever ways to see whether you are actually dominant or you're actually a beta sub.
So aggressive.
We're in rape pill territory.
Therefore, in order to be a high value man, you need to be able to recognize a shit test and act accordingly. For example, a girl is deliberately late and she will see whether you call her out on it. Calling her out is wrong. What you have to do is after she sits down, no,
Walk away.
if she doesn't apologize with a good reason, this means that it's a test. After acknowledging this, you need to continue doing what you're doing or pretend that you're busy doing something when she turns up and make her wait for you to finish it before you can give her the time of day.
Did JP write this?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's so
Toxic and don't attach
calculative.
this to my name, please.
Hey,
Oh my god, I've moved on from this behavior already, okay?
He has evolved. and grown.
You have it on record. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Manipulation.
Yeah.
It's very
He's like
Andrew
keeping
Tate.
pace.
It's
Each
games.
other.
I talked about this before, but like, don't play games.
You're keeping score in your relationship.
hard
It's
for
like you
love.
hurt me once, I hurt you back, that kind of thing. When how it should be is, like that you just acknowledge that sometimes things don't turn out the way they
No,
are.
but these men also believe that they know better than a woman what the woman wants. So the woman will say they want, for example, emotional man, whatever. But then what a woman actually wants that they don't know is someone to dominate them.
Okay, sorry. I want to change my answer. Now that I really think about it, life is a game. Everything we do is in some way or another manipulation. You can be as honest as you want to and be within your relationship or with somebody, right? But what if that honesty is simply a tool for you to avoid having to deal with your own problems? So for example, like you could lay it out and say, I'm being completely honest, and then this is my problem or whatever. But then putting it out there is so that the intent is that you don't have to really do anything about it. Like you're trying to make the other person accept it. You know, even that can be a tool for manipulation. So in this circumstance, right, as much as yes, it seems like a back and forth of us trying to play games with each other, what is the end goal and objective? And is this something that makes sense? Because I think we brought this up before, but like maybe like I'm somebody who doesn't really give out compliments. And then when I do, then it has more weight to it or something like that.
It means a lot.
We talked about that before, right?
It's really
so
quite
the alpha
touching.
male will not give her 3 hours of attention. He will only get 30 minutes in my
Yeah,
day.
but then it increases the value of that 30 minutes,
correct.
right?
That's why you're dominant.
This is nagging.
To me, that is
Yeah,
no.
it's a
To
bit
me,
like
that
nagging.
is it manipulation or is it just knowing and understanding how humans work?
Yeah.
And then
playing the
doing
game.
that well, because even learning how to communicate properly is part of that also.
Yeah.
Wow, I think it's thinking too much.
I have bought into this.
so
I
confusing.
bought into this.
Honestly, I think it's
No, it's fair.
that is the problem. I think people think that that is thinking too much, right? But I think most people don't think enough.
Yeah.
So you agree with the if
No,
she
I'm
comes
just trying to be devil's advocate here. But
Welcome to part 2 of our high value dating series. What do you all think is makes a high value woman? Is there anyone in the office that you think like represents the high value woman?
I think, okay, like I feel like when I meet,
I think I'm a high value woman.
Nice. I believe so.
Even though some people in the comments want to be haters.
I struggle with like female relationships, female friendships.
Yeah.
Like you don't have your own personality or life. I think there is a level of like weakness or laziness to just accepting everything as is. Like there is no higher level layer of like being able to not really manipulate but just be clever about certain situations. If you know that the way you say something or the way you communicate or not communicate has an effect, you can always take that to your own advantage. But it's not that you're trying to manipulate. You can also teach others to do that or even do it to their own advantage.
Yeah, I was going to
But-
say the word is very negative.
Yeah,
but
manipulate.
that's being like tactful, but
Yeah.
not like manipulate. Like you strategically
It's manipulate
do.
because there is a higher layer of thinking above where everybody is right now. Because you are like kind of communicating or not communicating without the other person realizing that you're doing it.
In school or whatever, in growing up, right, with all my social interaction, right, I always feel like I game the manipulation game because I know. Then I feel like, hey, these people so stupid. Yeah, I'm just pretending, or like not pretending. Like I'm trying to force an image of myself to someone else, and they buy it. So growing up, I always feel like, wow, I really
No,
know.
but does that image make your life easier?
Yes, it does.
Or it becomes tiring to you to maintain?
Yeah. Is the image very
no, when I
different
want
from
to
who
use
you
it,
are?
It feels like a hidden tool. Like I know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I can do. So then I thought it was a bad thing. Then now this whole conversation of, hey, actually it's not like a
I don't think it's a
bad
bad thing
thing.
per se.
It's
I
more
think-
like a awareness. Or,
I mean, to some extent, ignorance is bliss. As long as they don't know it and it's not harmful for them, then I think it's fine. You're using it to your advantage without hurting anybody
No,
else.
but that is your interpretation that it does not hurt anybody though.
if in the
But
event
you
that
are your
it does,
own
then maybe so you have to be selective with what is going on also and what you are
Yeah,
using
it
it as a
dep-
tool for,
Yeah,
right?
depends
The
on the
intent
situation,
also.
I think.
Yeah.
Like in that case of the person A, person B, then it's no lah.
No, but like in that area in which she's just portraying a different image of herself, so that like I don't know, you get more attention or like maybe things will happen your way a little bit. It's not necessarily hurting anybody else, ma.
A high value man, according to men, is they must have the 4 P's.
Hey, the pizza. Let's go.
Vietnam.
Protection,
Soy
vision,
garlic beef.
passion, and perseverance.
What's the second one?
Yeah, I didn't hear the second one.
It sounds like
to
Batman.
provide.
Batman is
And then
protection,
no
provision,
parents.
passion.
Yeah.
So to clarify, is that you must
There's no
be at least
P.
willing to protect your girl.
Like
You don't
physically
need to be
or
the most buff or strongest man, but you must be willing to protect your girl.
The intent.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
physically.
Oh.
Physically.
So physically, who can protect? Then can.
No lah.
He said he will
He will
push
jump in
her
front of the
away
bus,
of
yeah.
the bus.
But that requires no physical.
You got
And that
example
requires no cars in
nah?
the surrounding
Ned
area.
is stronger than me.
I feel like Ned will protect you.
Ned is stronger than me. Every time there's a cockroach in the toilet, right? Not every time, like happens once in
that's
a
true.
while.
Yeah, when
Relax.
your house.
She's always the one that goes and kills it. Even though she herself is scared, she knows that I am more scared.
Oh my
cute.
god.
Aw.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, so this is me. I don't like to kill anything that's living, even if it's a pet. So I like to usher it out.
Yeah.
So I will like usher it to like either outside the door or like to a window or whatever.
yeah.
But that's not efficient enough for Nat. She like wants it gone straight away. So like she will either like I think recently she just bought the spray, right? The spray will like just it will die straight away. It's damn cool. Yeah.
What brand?
But I mean not cool lah. Like Baygon.
Nah, big
That's
one.
the-
That's a typical man.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a very special spray.
Baygon.
Yeah. My wife does the exact same thing, but it's because I'm scared of insects. Yeah.
Oh, nowadays men ah. Why why you all scared?
You see, when we open up and be
Yeah,
vulnerable,
it's not okay to
you all
have
want
fears.
us to be in touch with our emotional
walao.
side. This is us.
Any fear
sorry,
is
you
valid.
can only be in touch with some of your emotions, according to men. So, because if you're in touch with all your emotions, right, then
It's
you're
too
not
much.
alpha enough.
But I don't want to be an
You come out
alpha.
those
Wait, this is
beta
which P?
males. Sorry?
this is which P?
Just a side
Pussy.
Side.
Protection. Sorry, protection. Then the next one.
Passion.
Provision.
Sorry, provision. So you must be willing to provide for your family.
Can.
So
Okay.
high value man will want to take care of his family. It's not about high earning not equals high value.
That's what I
Oh.
No,
said.
but
Common
provision.
misconception.
Need money to provide, mah.
That's
But
why I
you don't
said.
need excessive amount
Correct.
of money and
I never say excessive, but still need, mah.
The job of a man is to provide.
yeah, and then
God
passion.
damn.
So you must have like a great interest in something aside from yourself, so something that you're passionate about.
Aside from yourself.
From yourself.
Gaming.
They're
that's
passionate
ego.
about themselves.
No, but what if it's something that is really like delinquent, like
Like watches, then they make fun of you.
Huh?
How of you?
Alison?
I
now
never.
act blur.
I embrace.
Her views
No,
have
because
changed.
now her partner like watches, so must
Hey,
embrace.
I tried to like it.
Good for you. Come on.
Like maybe they're very passionate about not doing work and then just sitting at home watching TV all day. Maybe
Yeah.
they're really passionate about that.
I guess what you're talking about is like in the traditional sense of like a hobby or something. You must have an interest.
Like,
lah.
what if it's a degenerate hobby? Is it?
Like
Is that
what?
enough for you though?
Like
I
drinking.
tried to.
At
Like
least
I
you're willing
tried to, but I
improve
didn't.
lah, not like you every day
So your
stuck.
partner say, yeah, I tried to make you come.
Like the
No,
point,
it's the
Enough or not?
no
Enough
concept
or
of a
not?
growth
the
mindset.
point I'm trying to get at is that not everyone views the same passions, right? So like, okay, maybe that was a bad example, but what if I love gaming very much, but then your partner doesn't see that as a passion. She sees that as you wasting time. Then technically being passionate about
No, then
something.
you're
Then
not
they shouldn't
a
be
high-value
together.
woman.
Which we will get to in part two.
Part two.
Second half,
Okay,
second
then
half.
The last one is perseverance, which means you must stick to something even when it's hard, and that's attractive in a man.
Oh, that is
Like
very
a
connected
dick
to the other
Perseverance.
thing,
Every
yeah.
time people say this word, right? You know I picture the ball of perseverance. You know Dota? You buy the two things, then combine together, become the ball of perseverance.
Yes, what an obscure reference.
What, then what does it do?
Persevere. You heal, generate your HP and your mana like faster.
Oh, mana.
Which is kind of
I
cool,
have
right?
very long that
Mana,
that
sorry,
word.
sorry. I don't know
Mana.
if that's still the word that people use. Wait, sorry. Okay, on the point of the 4 Ps, just before we quickly move on, right? Do you all agree with the 4 Ps?
It sounds generic enough to be like agreeable to lah. I don't think, but I'm sure there are more nuances to it. You know.
Do you think that the same criteria will apply for women? Like, do we expect that of women?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe passion.
Like, protect me.
There are good traits to have.
No, as
for
in
a
like
woman.
you would want to be with a woman who is like excited about something as well, like hobby and interest.
No, how about the provision
Sure,
part?
sure.
But provision maybe
Sure,
not
sure,
so.
sure.
Really? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, which is so strange that we're having this conversation in
Yeah,
a
I
time
thought
when we're
society
talking about
morphed into,
equality,
like,
right?
yeah.
But more
Okay lah,
often
okay
than
lah.
not, we are actually accepting that there are some social norms that should stay the same.
Which is actually the more nuanced definition of equality when we discuss it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That we both have different roles. So biologically we are different. So then technically we take on different roles as part of a community.
Interesting.
So these 250,000 women are thinking, viewing it that the man should be the one who's providing
No,
for
the
the
4
family.
Ps is according to
The
the man.
man.
Oh, so the women's side have a
You see
different.
this I first, you don't
You-
listen.
Just explain.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Nobody
sorry.
got it, And if we had tested
All
them,
the
she
women
replied
got
also,
it,
so she
okay?
also.
All the women got it.
We got it.
Okay, how about from a girl's perspective? What do you all think is a high value man?
As in, I think in
Just say
last
our
time,
name. Don't have to scare.
it come down a low value man.
Eh.
Just kidding.
That was
just
singular,
kidding.
right? Singular, right?
Just
Not-
kidding.
on.
No,
Nice.
okay. As in last time, I would think when I was younger, a high value man would be someone of, as in dating wise, would be someone with a very stable job and like just stable lifestyle, stable family, that kind of thing.
And a big.
But then,
It counts for something.
okay, then
Okay, you got to agree.
I don't know. Size does not matter. Okay, but I think in this day and age, right, I realize like a high value to me, right, would be the Ken to Barbie.
What?
Have you watched
Okay
or not
to eating
this like
pork? What is
Barbie?
Ken to Barbie?
No, so there's this like Barbie and Ken like dream house like episode. So every time like Ken is with Barbie, right, he's always like excited for her. He raises her up. He helps her with her problems without like putting her down.
So a simp lah.
No. He respects her for her. There's another Sim character. There's the wrong low value man in that series.
The cool one is the.
We're not
is
talking about the
Chinese
movie,
guy,
is
no?
it?
No, there's this like animated
Thank
series.
God. I was gonna say spoiler alert.
Life in a dream house.
Yeah,
She's
Life
talking
in a
about
Dream
Right.
House.
Oh, thank goodness.
So Ken is someone who really supports Barbie, right, in all her endeavors and always try to uplift her, not like put her down, and then doesn't see her for something that he owns. So I would say someone who's emotionally like aware of his emotions and doesn't mind showing his feminine side
Confirm him.
and supports like
Taylor
women.
Swiftie.
I love it.
Yeah, that's my definition.
That's quite a good one. It's quite
Interesting.
A Ken,
Very
a Ken.
interesting.
I watched this video that caught my attention. It's called this lady was talking about the provider mindset man. So a provider mindset man versus a rich man they're not the same, right? So she gave me an example. So for her husband, right, he works 2 jobs, right, to give them a good life. He and his wife.
What a
And
provider.
and it's not like he's complaining or like they are short of money. No. He just want to provide and give. He's a very giving man. So then one day she asked him, what do you want me to do? What can I help? How can I help you? Right? Then he say, just be you.
Oh.
Just be happy and be at peace. And she's like, you see, the difference is he wants to give. Like,
That's what he calls a blowjob. I want some peace.
Can I just check if that is sexist? I don't know. I'm having a lot of confused feelings
No,
around
but-
here.
Even I find it interesting that the perspectives that we are sharing in order to figure out how to define this, right? For them, right, is how the man serves the female.
Yeah.
What makes a high value man is not them as an individual, but how they serve the female.
Yes.
But for us, I think we're kind of comparing with dudes.
Yeah.
It's not so much like how are we high value to the woman also, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. So John, who is not here but shared with us his thoughts on what is a high value man. He says, this is his takeaway from many podcasts. High value man makes good money, takes care of his body, is confident of himself, and doesn't take girls with high body count. He never masturbates nor watches porn. The guy
But the guy is not here. So, Denise, I want to know your idea of a high value person. Of a high value man, sorry.
high value man.
Yeah.
I feel like a high value man is someone that is like confident but not arrogant. Like, you know, there's that like the humble, like
Calm
I'm
confidence.
so humbly good at everything that I do, you know.
Got example? Real life example? Like Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
I don't know. She said just now the Barbie ma, so I
No,
just
the
thought.
Barbie life in a dream house Ken
Different.
is not.
Ah, damn it. Okay,
You're
You're
sorry.
not listening to women.
Again,
this
again.
what makes you a low value man.
So yeah, got example? Confident but not what?
Cocky.
Arrogant.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds is a very high value man, I think.
How do you know though? Like, you
According
don't
to
know
his
him.
interviews.
The public image
public
lah.
image
his
of
public image is
version.
of a high value man.
Hugh Jackman.
Like, you know, he damn rich and everything, but he act like a normal guy.
Also Keanu Reeves lah.
Keanu Reeves is a more of a
yeah.
Okay.
That one I can
give
get
me
on
an
board.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought all men like Ryan Reynolds.
But when I look at John Wick, right, do I want to get with him? No
That's
way.
his character.
No, but you want to
No,
get
but he's so
Keanu
moody.
Reeves.
He's so moody.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves even take MRT.
yeah, I feel like he can take care of me.
Yeah, but do I want
But
to get with him?
Yeah, he will ignore you.
It feels too brooding and moody already. It's like dating Batman. No thanks.
Okay, now's your chance to contribute to our conversation. Comment down below what do you think are some characteristics of high value men. Alright, write it down. Okay, back to the episode. So according to women, there's an entire subreddit, right, that is called Female Dating Strategy. It's essentially teaching women how to get high value men and what is a high value man and what you should not sell yourself short for. So
That is so interesting that this article even exists because it shows that the balance of
this
the hunt
article
is back and forth now.
It has 250,000 members.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
How do you be a member to an article?
No, it's a subreddit.
You join.
sorry.
She said twice.
I think that you're not very passionate about tech. Yeah, so okay, the best definition according to the comment section is that high value means high value to you personally, a man who adds value to your life rather than subtracts from it. So
Can.
examples.
Vague.
If this guy, so as in that's why they say it's important to know yourself. Like, so as a woman, right, like what are your dreams, your sources of happiness, so that you can know whether a man is willing and able to share those with you or add to them rather than dulling them or like making you like stop having these dreams.
Like putting you down a peg.
Yeah, correct. So number one is he needs to be respectful of your boundaries, sexual and otherwise. Your emotions, your time, your dreams, your fears, your ambitions. So no off-color comments about you to friends or relatives. No looking down on your career or personal goals. No teasing or jokes. And he should be helping to build you up rather than wear you down. That's rule number one.
Sounds
But
like a
the jokes-
boring ass
But
movie.
I was on board until the jokes thing, but in jest cannot, like, you know.
Yeah, where's the
No,
banter?
No,
Like
as
she's
in
wearing
not
some
to put
ugly
you down lah.
shoes.
Yeah, like we
what
just
are
joshing
those?
around.
No, but you don't say
What
that.
are
You don't
those?
say that when you're outside the house.
No, you said it before lah.
Yeah,
don't
but
want
if you
to
say
publicly
outside,
embarrass her
right, you
and
low
shame her,
value.
yes.
Oh, publicly.
Like, you
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want to be
Okay.
seen
Yeah.
outside with those.
But in private, maybe like
I'm just
okay.
kidding lah.
Okay, then
No
number two
value.
is financial
Yeah, someone touched there.
responsibility.
Sorry,
Okay.
say that again. Sorry.
Financial responsibility is number two. So it's to dispel the notion that high value equals high earning equals high value.
Okay.
So all you need to do is whatever your pay grade, you should be able to budget and live within your means, pay bills on time, save for the future, and not take on unnecessary debt.
beautiful take.
He
This
should
why-
also have no problem with you earning and having your own money, even if it is more than him.
Of course.
Yeah,
100%.
like that. Yeah. We'd be more than happy with that.
Yeah. Nice. Everyone on board with rule 2. See, women are right.
But this is the definition of high value man, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
We agree. So if your partner make more than you, right? Like way more, right? Do you think you all will feel insecure?
My wife earns 2 times on my pay.
Are you insecure?
Nope.
Wait, that's an episode on its own.
Because I think it's interesting that he also, because you see, right? Based on that definition, and at the start we asked, do you think you're a low value man? And you somewhat agree with that, right?
No, but that's very, that's very like deeply rooted into my own self worth, my
Separate of
view
that.
of my self worth.
But now, if you look at the two things that we're talking about, do you think there might potentially be a correlation?
deep down.
no leh, no, I don't think there's anything to do with my partner.
Okay, so
My
you're
self-worth
fully
issues.
comfortable with the fact that she makes more than you?
Yeah, yeah.
Way more than you.
Way more than me.
Like so much more, like 2 times.
Yeah.
No, but has there been occasions where, say, for example, she wants to go overseas, right? Then she want to stay like 5-star hotel, this kind. Then you feel a bit like you want to go Dutch, but then you don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
spoil her experience.
And that's why I married her, because she always like just sees it within the.
I was getting in the mood of like a final like romantic thing that Gerald said.
Jared's a good digger.
No, my wife doesn't like aspire for those kind of like extravagant things lah. It's like
Because she can afford it herself.
So you happy that she don't like these kind of big things so that
we-
you don't have to spend?
yeah, that we live in a 3-room house and she's okay with it for now.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Because usually, in most circumstances, not saying that it's the norm or whether it should be, but guys usually earn more than
2
their
years of
partner.
NS.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're also older than I realized. So in those situations where the guy earns more than the girl, usually the guy would feel pressured to buy the girl like presents often.
Which I can afford lah, because the gifts that she want aren't exactly like a branded bag or something. Right? It's always more about the meaning of the gift.
No,
what.
my
So-
question was,
High
do
value
the
woman.
roles reverse? Like, does she then buy you gifts because she earns more than you?
I think we buy each other gifts, and they're both we marry each other for a reason that we both are not like
Neither of you have expensive hobbies.
we are we are simple folk who just like simple things. Yeah.
So there's never been an instance where it was like
No, money has
something that
never
she
been-
wanted was like a bit out of your budget.
No.
Or the other way around where no.
I think like a recent like maybe holiday to Japan like took a deeper hit to my bank account than hers lah.
You guys split half.
Yeah, we split half.
and your finances are completely separate.
Yes. I mean we have we have a joint
Yeah, yeah.
account,
Right, right,
but
right,
like
right,
we
right.
like from our salaries it's all separate one. Like whatever I spend on my hobbies and she spends on her hobbies is completely 2 different things.
So does she contribute more to the joint account or is it the same?
No, it's the same.
Interesting.
I'm not paid that little lah.
No, I thought some people do it by percentage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do it by
Percentage of pay.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine for you lah.
yeah, for me. For us, it's fine because we don't want kids.
So just
Once
to
again.
clarify this, because I think it's quite interesting point to bring up, and we have enough people here to get some quantitative results.
Do it!
Some stats, right?
Quantitative
How many of you all would divide by percentage? How many of you would split 50-50 in that joint account? 50-50, hands up.
As in the same amount.
Joint
lah.
account for
Yeah,
the joint
yeah.
part.
Why my answer is like half? Like I feel like it should be by percentage up to a certain point.
Interesting.
I think it depends on the context also. So
Yeah.
like for
Go
Ned
middle
and I, we earn about the same. So then it makes sense for us
Yeah.
to put like.
So
about
then
the
for the
same.
two of you, it's actually you rather percentage, but for you, it's to up to a certain
Yeah,
level.
like I feel like because for example, if we both put 500 a month into the joint account, right? But 500 as a percentage of 3K, versus as a percentage of 6K is like a big difference, ma.
Yep.
But say once I hit like that 4-5K mark, right, where I think it's quite negligible, and most of these will go into my savings anyway, then I can afford to divide like by numerical value to put into.
Oh, I thought
household.
you meant by percentage is that we both contribute a percentage of the amount we make.
Yeah, correct.
So it's the same. So because if it's a smaller amount, then the
Yeah.
percentage is a
Yeah.
bigger pinch.
Yeah. So up to a certain point where it doesn't
Is
matter
it?
anymore, then you can.
If I make
Yeah, it makes
$100,
sense.
then we both say we contribute 20%. Then I only put in $20, but the other person put in.
If that
40,
person earns more,
$240.
then-
Okay, I get it.
I want to have a high value man as an educator.
Sorry.
No. It's regardless of
Education.
of smarts.
Okay,
This episode
interesting.
is diagrams, yeah.
Okay, number 3 is he should be attractive according to your standards. So you should not try to force yourself to be with someone because you want to give them a chance.
Like
They're
giving
not
them
up
an
to your standard, like face wise.
I don't think the
Right.
guy would like that either, lah.
Oh,
be honest.
I don't mind.
Actually, that's interesting.
As in, I wouldn't have.
Like if the
mind.
guy found out that you are kind of like punching down, and then you tell him this.
No, it's an achievement for him. He'll go to all his friends. Oh my god, I'm a 5 and I'm dating a 10.
So Sherm, since you think you're a settler, right?
That's why I never wear ring, is it?
Faster tie your rubber band.
Okay.
But you're the one that said that when you go clubbing, you take off your wedding ring, right?
Yes.
She didn't even wait for the clubbing. She just took it off straight away.
What accessories that she has and not her ring is it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
This doesn't make
that's so
sense.
tight.
Have you all ever done that? Like given a person a chance, even it's like kind of giving a person a chance, even though you know it's not gonna work out.
No, even though you feel like this person is not like your standard.
But I think that's a high value person mindset. Eh. Like you think you're above this person.
Yeah, that requires self-confidence.
Then you like, I'm like a 8, I don't deserve this 3 like that.
No, it's like this guy is quite nice, but like the face wise is not your type. Then do you give this guy a chance?
But then
I
what
do that, but it doesn't turn out well. I do that, but it never ends well.
Please explain. Please.
But do you feel like it's charity?
Huh, it's what?
I don't
Like,
feel like
I'm
it's
just
charity.
being nice,
I feel
like,
like
I'm
it's lack
being
of
nice, like that.
compatibility. I feel like I'm lying to the person at some point. Because even though like they meet like certain like check boxes or whatever, which I know is supposedly unhealthy to have, right? Then for example, like aesthetically, maybe I'm just not feeling it, right? Then I still give the person a chance because maybe we have some chemistry or whatever. So I give us a chance, not her a chance, right? Us a chance. Or him, according to Denise, whatever. Because at this point, my sexuality is all over the place. But then after that,
Nobody
I don't even
asked.
say anything. He just.
no, at the start, she threw
defensive
jabs. She threw
suddenly.
jabs. Hey, shut up, you also. How many celebrities gonna suck? So then, yeah, sure. Maybe you can look past it for a while because there's a bit of momentum there and there are things that you can connect on. But then once you reach like a later stage in it, right, then it starts to affect. You know, the things that you don't like about a person, you will hate later in a relationship. The things that you like about them, you'll learn how to tolerate
Exactly,
later on,
I
right?
said this.
Yeah. Quoting. So,
Cite your sources.
so it really seems to be the case.
But I feel like it's the sense of like feeling that you're heavily compromising on something. You know what I mean? Then it's like if from the start of the relationship it's already like that, right? Then is that actually healthy for the relationship?
No.
In my head, it's also like, say I date this person and like, yeah, check, right? And then only this one, like, fuck lah, right? Then what if 6 months down the road, I meet a person that's check, and check.
Yeah, it's always the what if.
Yeah. Fucking annoying, yeah. But never mind. But then maybe you can share from a settler's perspective.
Stop it with
She
your
did say
annoying.
though. She
A
did say
ringless,
though.
a ringless settler. Can you share?
No, but I think initially I also thought like when I first met Alvin, I also thought like, not my type. No, he's a very good boy type.
You like the bad boys,
Like-
lah.
So his characteristics were not.
Looks wise also like not my type. Not like he's ugly. Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's just not the typical what you would think you are attracted to
Yeah,
or go
exactly.
for lah.
So then I thought like I just try because I connect with him on like an emotional level very well, right? So then we hit off and talk, and then gradually I find myself finding him more and more physically attractive.
Same.
True.
No, it's true.
Same. What?
To Alvin.
We just missed
No! To my boyfriend.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
She also never wear.
No, mine is the couple lap kind.
haven't yet reached.
No, I see.
What's wrong with that?
It looks
My-
like Jared's wedding ring.
No, my other
Eh?
It's just a band.
my other ring is resizing.
Couples don't have the same range.
She earned twice your
I just want to say what was very interesting, right, and like very flattering for Sherms, I'm sure, was that when the episode we did about your engagement, a lot of comments were saying, I'm subscribed now lah, since Sherms engaged already.
Oh yeah, funny that.
She has caused
Anything
us.
you have to say to those people?
No, please stay subscribed.
She never waits for you.
She lives in the general area of
Hey, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, what is that about? What is that about?
That's weird as
Are you a stalker?
They sound like okay.
Another. Okay, so we got two more. So
Huh?
the man, a high value man, will also not about. Okay, I need to say the sentence because it rhymes. Okay, he's not about empty promises. He gives you access to his resources.
Okay.
Slay.
So which means, so access to resources means anything you have access to that makes life easier. For example, a car, your professional network, a tax accountant, entertainment such as Netflix.
A car and a Netflix
You
account.
must
They
have
went from
things-
Bruce Wayne to like an
Yeah.
ordinary person. Yeah.
So just sharing stuff
No, you must have things that are like of value to me.
But those are very materialistic.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
lor.
like the provision lah. The 4 P's, the provision one lah.
Access to
Which
my
makes sense though. If
I
you
mean,
don't
sure
need
lah.
money, then what do you need, and am I able to provide?
Versus a guy who like works like a deadbeat job, then like cannot help you in any way, that kind.
I wouldn't say it's the job because it might not be financial, but it's more of like
No, it's
what
connections. It's not
what do you want
finances.
out of a relationship, and can the person provide it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but why the cashier at Sheng Siong can provide you like the most emotional stability that you found compared
They-
to like a CBD
Take-
high earner?
No, but it's resources that is relative to you also. Like if you are, for example, on a career track where you are trying to be a high flyer lawyer and your husband or like your boyfriend or whatever
Is
is
a
also
criminal.
a high flyer lawyer and has resources to make you get hired in other places or networks or whatever, then that is resources that a casual
no
won't
doubt,
have,
no
but-
doubt. But it feels like a bonus more than like something that you should
Yeah, it
base
sounds-
it on. Like, oh my god, yeah, that's a reason why I should be someone. It's not that.
But then it's something that I look for, and I remember being very critical about my next partner. Like
What
when I
does
was-
Alvin provide?
emotional support, and it was something
Oh, yeah.
very important to me that my previous partners could not provide.
Yeah, emotional support.
Yeah,
I think
so,
that one
so
I'll
that's
take.
relative for you.
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah.
That's
Not
important.
the can they drive me to work, that kind of stuff.
But he does that, and that's a bonus. See the difference?
And it was the car, lah, Alvin. It was the car.
Okay, thank you very much for watching part 1 of our two-parter, which is about high value men. We're going to talk about high value women next, so do check out the episode if it's already out. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Okay, I actually saw a TikTok, right, that was quite interesting. Then you let me know whether you would stay with this partner in this situation.
Ooh, fun.
Okay, so person A and B have been together for like extended period of time, 4 to 6 years already.
Okay.
And then later on, person A finds out from person B's friends that person B only started dating person A as part of like a dare. And then person B had said to his friends before also, oh, I'm only dating her because she's desperate, but like she's so ugly and whatever. So then at this point, person B, person A confronts person B, and person B says, but that is true, but I've truly fallen for you since. And our relationship and everything that we've gone through is not a lie. Would you stay with this person?
Stay.
So you are person A and person B has lied to you.
Sounds like Korean drama,
Stay.
yeah.
Leave.
Depends
Stay.
how
Who
hot.
says stay? Who says stay?
Stay.
Depends how hot person B is.
Person A, right? Eh?
Low value.
No,
man.
you are person A.
Good looking to you, attractive to you.
Yeah lah.
Wait,
Stay.
stay, raise hand.
Stay, stay, stay. 3 people say Sherms, Dan, and myself say stay. Denise, Jared,
Oh, we don't get to raise our hands.
Ellison, bounce.
Bounce.
Yes.
I'm out.
Wow,
Yeah.
how superficial of you
Bounce.
people.
How is that superficial?
No,
Who
it's
cares how you meet? Who cares?
The fact that he even did a dare
Yeah.
because
What the hell,
he
man?
want to prove to like what charity case, right? It really shows what value he has.
Yeah, it's a
of-
reflection of your
Destiny
character.
is, it put your past together and then he or she learned to love you.
No,
it's so
that
sweet.
means he's
He
an
levels- he
asshole.
levels up.
I don't care.
I know of a couple, right, where the guy crossing traffic light, walk past the girl, accidentally tear her skirt, then they have to go to the side and settle, apologize, that kind of thing, right? Then they got together and they got married. Eh.
No,
That's very different from
That's
someone
very
saying
different.
like this guy is damn ugly.
You
and I'm
can't
gonna
decide how your path cross.
This one is he thought she was ugly and like did it as part of and desperate and did it part of a dare. That means he don't even respect her and this is just part of a show.
But what if I truly was desperate and ugly? Maybe to me, I like assholes.
Person A. Eh? Person.
What?
What?
I'm getting confused.
No,
Yeah.
no, no,
But
no.
then
No, as in I
never
would believe
knew.
the girl genuinely thought the guy's feelings were real lah.
Yeah, it's deception.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe right. It's a matter of how long it took for him to tell the truth.
no, he didn't
He
until
found out.
confronted.
That. Okay, reflect.
Okay.
So, sorry, the monster getting started. yeah.
So given that you will still stay.
Okay lah. No, wait. So she ugly. I'm
you
the.
think she hot?
Oh, I'm the ugly. She's the hot.
No one is
Yeah,
ugly.
she's
Yes.
hot.
She's the one that on a dare come and
Yeah.
Yeah.
stay.
That's why I used to.
Stay.
100%. Please don't leave me. She's like, I did you wrong. I should leave, and you're like, no. Come back. It's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
I'm the one sorry.
Then she go back to her friends. Damn it, lah, that didn't work.
There's a second part to the
Oh shit! The day haven't ended.